This week, we recap Yojo June and talk about all the new MOTU drops. And we have a special guest here for you tonight as well. This week on Toy Habits Live.
And before we go live, smash that like button, turn on notifications, and subscribe to the channel so you won't miss a beat.
Hi, everyone. You're watching Toy Habits Live. I just figured out why I had a crazy echo. I'm sorry if that happened. I had 2 instances of StreamYard open, apparently, and now we're back. Let's try that again. You're watching Toy Habits Live. We are going to recap the kickoff of Yojo June, talk about all the new MOTU drops, and we have a special guest that will be joining us in just a little bit. Michael is not here tonight because he has his daughter's high school graduation. So congratulations to Michael and your whole family for the awesome graduation. And again, I apologize for the technical difficulties kicking that off, but happy to see everyone. We have a lot of news to get to, and we got people pouring into the chat. So let's start out by saying hi to everybody who's out here, and a big hello to our amazing Toy Habits crew. Good to see everybody. Again, thanks for all your support. We can't do this without you. And let's check in and see who's all here. So I'm gonna put my glasses on for this one. We got Warren Newman joining us. Video Power Gaming is in the house. We have Zodak's Insight gifting 5 Toy Habits memberships right off the bat. So sweet of you. Thank you so much, Zodak's Insight. That is very nice of you. Rodimus Prime, Rodimus Power Toy Collector, sorry, is here. We got G.I. Joe 66 Delta 17, 3D Joe's work joining us. Crew member at Stanley's Toy Channel is in the house. Good to see you. We got Will with 1L. Ralph Riggins is here. Crew member Roman Schilling is joining us. We got Collector Phil. We have our awesome crew member. It is Rob 2023. Say hi to Mom. Good to see you in the chat. We got crew member Mike Bruno joining us. We have, I said hi to Zodak's Insight, but Zodak's Insight also a awesome crew member. Good to see you. It is Joe Coleman, one of our amazing crew members. Saw Joe over at MOTUNIVERSE about 2 weeks ago. That was very awesome to see you and the rest of the crew there. We have Clint, which I also got to meet in person at MOTUNIVERSE. Awesome crew member. Good to see you, Clint. Stephen Komarak is here, which is also one of our OG crew members. We have crew member Stanley's Toy Channel. We have Pseudanoid Jr. joining us. We have Nunya Biz, Fiction Fan 99. We've got Eric Elliman here. We have a crew member, Big Fat Charlie, joining us. Big Fat Charlie, I like that name. We have a big congratulations to crew member Allison Troy for being one of our original crew members for 38 months. How is the Retro Toy Princess doing tonight? Good to see you. Good to see you in the chat. We have a Killamoney 8250 also here, and we have AJ, one of our awesome crew members as well. Good to see you. So let's go ahead and we're going to start out by diving into, and we got Eric Elliman. I think I said hi to you. Mint with Card, one of our awesome crew members, is here too. We're going to start out by diving into some of our non-MOTU news because I have a special guest coming on, and I'm going to save the MOTU news for when he joins us shortly in just a little bit. So let's dive in. We had a lot of news that dropped, of course, on a Friday, right? Because why not? It always happens on a Friday night. And, you know, that is just the way it goes. So let's talk about some toy news. And we had some very cool MOTU news. But again, I'm gonna save that. Just real quick shout out. We talked about this classic remastered 2-pack from Playmates with Ralph and Rocksteady. It's now in stock on Amazon. I ordered it this afternoon. Was able to pick that up. So if you're interested, the link is here. It's now in stock on Amazon. Go ahead and pick that one up because it's an awesome set. Also today, launched live for pre-order is the new Knight Rider and Michael Knight action figure set from our good friend Ace at Ramen Toys. It talks. It says phrases that you love for Kit. It makes sounds. It has lights. This is an awesome Knight Rider car. And the Hoth himself looks incredible. He's even got the little chest hair on him and everything, which is really cool. So how many of you guys already pre-ordered this? I ordered mine this afternoon. So, you know, let me know who picked this one up. It's a really cool set. And I don't think this thing's set to come out till sometime next year. So it'll be in production for a while. But the Knight Rider car looks incredible. It's got flip up lights and it goes in super pursuit mode, which is really cool. You can see here all these things flap open. And then the lights turn on front and back, and it's got interior cockpit lights as well, which all this stuff lights up, which is really awesome. So it looks like just like in the show. So let's see. Mike Bruno, Ace killing it once again. This blew me away seeing it in person. Yes, if you were at MOTUNIVERSE, we got to see the Knight Rider car in person, which is really awesome. So if you haven't picked it up, that's retailing right now for $299 if you pre-order it. If not, I think it'll be $350 if I'm not mistaken afterward. So make sure you pick that up. Let's take a look at the listing real quick. So yeah, right now it's $299 and it will go up to $350 after the early bird price ends. So check it out. The link's in here and pre-order it because it'll be an awesome car when it comes out. The other thing that got launched or revealed today is leaked images for the Visionaries. So, you know, Super 7 is doing their Reaction Plus line, which is really awesome. And we got some leaked images. We got these thanks to the Full Force podcast. And you can take a look and see what the first two figures, Darkstorm and Leoric, look like. They have the holograms on their chests and their little shields, which look really cool. And I know these actually came up for pre-order several months ago on Entertainment Earth, and I was able to order some, but then the pages, if you click on them now, they're gone. So I think they put them up too early, but I'm sure they're going to be really cool, and these will be O-ring figures, which are awesome. So Visionaries leaked, and can't wait to see the official images of those. Another thing that kicked off today was the start of the Summer Geek Out from Target. If you guys did not see that, there's a whole bunch of stuff that went up for pre-order. For all of you Transformers fans, there was multiple Transformers that went up for order as part of the Summer Geek Out. But for me, I was most excited about this Star Wars Retro 6-pack. And then we also had a Marvel Legends Onslaught that came up for pre-order. So links to everything are here. We did get the Ninja Force a 2-pack, which sold out right away, and I wasn't even able to snag one myself because I was too busy updating the article this morning. So that sold out, and then we've got Prowl, we have Starscream, and then we've got the Transformers Insecticon 3-pack right here that got released, and of course Onslaught. And the one that I was most excited about was the Star Wars Retro 6-pack. And yes, Rob, I did say Transformers. Even though I don't know a lot about them, there's some pretty cool sets that came up for pre-order. Did you order these, Rob? Very interested to know. Let me know who ordered any of these things from the Target Summer Geek Out today. Let me know in the chat. So there's the Ninja Force set. We got the official images. This one's pretty cool with that, the very cool tire mask. And of course, so we got Scarlet to Bang on here, which are rad. And so those are all sold out. Then we had the Transformers Deluxe Prowl that came up. This is a studio series. That's on the part of the Summer Geek Out. You can see him here. So he's looking really cool. I'm not going to say a lot about him because I don't know too much about the Transformers figure, so I apologize. Let's see. Frankie grabs Starscream in 2 onslaughts. Yeah, well, you got to get one carded, right? Because he's on a retro card and he looks really cool. And then AJ picked up the Star Wars retro set, which is awesome, and some Transformers. Very cool. And then, of course, this is Starscream, which I do know him, and it takes 27 steps to transform him. And this is Starscream Studio Series, which is really awesome. This is a classic one. So that's a cool one to pick up. He looks great. And the thing, I'm going to scroll down here. We got the Insecticon 3-pack, which was really cool. So you got a bunch of transforming bugs on this one. That's pretty awesome. So you can see those here. Yep. So transforming bugs. And then here is the X-Men Onslaught, which is this fake hulking figure on a retro card back. He looks really great. Totally 90s looking card back on that one. So that's really awesome. And that one came up for pre-order a little later in the day. I think it launched at 1 o'clock Eastern. So the rest of them came up at 9 a.m. Eastern and 6 a.m. Pacific. So I was up real early this morning trying to get these updated, which is cool. But the thing I was most excited about, and you can see all the amazing photos there, all the official images. This retro 6-pack came up, which is another New Hope 6-pack with Geridian, R4, M9, Captain Antilles, Princess Leia Organa in her ceremonial outfit, and she does have a medal for Luke, or for Han, sorry, because we don't have a ceremonial Han yet. We got Wedge Antilles with a removable helmet and CZ3. The cool thing about these is that Hasbro actually freaking listened to the collectors, and they got rid of the faux weathering, and the retro sticker is either on here and really easy to peel off, or maybe they got rid of it altogether. I don't know, because it's not shown on here, but the card backs look awesome, and they actually have a rear cross sell as well. I don't think I have the photo in here, but we do have cross sell now rather than all that freaking legalese. So they're looking awesome. Wedge looks incredible. He has, a little goggled helmet that you can remove, and there's his head underneath, which is cool. It would have been neat if this was translucent yellow plastic, but nonetheless, it's awesome because he can't see. I can't see with my blast shield down. That's what it looks like. But he looks rad. And then we got Captain Antilles over here. He's looking really good. No relation to Wedge. Pretty awesome. And then there's Princess Leia. You have on ceremony with her nice little soft goods. And then we got Geridian in his black soft goods robe with his little walkie-talkie, because he's a spy for the Empire. So he's got to call in what he sees and tell on the rebels. And then we got R4 M9 looking really good. Pretty cool. And there's his third leg, which you can use for R2D2 as well. It works on both. And then there's CZ3, which is one of the droids wandering around, the city on Tatooine. And I think he was also on the Sandcrawler. So that's a cool one. Big hello to the Baroness of Toys, who is joining us a little late. How's it going, Baroness? What did you miss? I'm just going over non-MOTU news because we're going to have a special guest joining us in just a little bit. Just running a little late. But AJ thinks that the Star Wars set is a little boring. I can understand. There are new characters that haven't been released yet. Hopefully, the next ones will be much better. But the exciting thing is that they've changed the card backs. So whatever set we get after this, hopefully will look awesome. And we won't have to see that faux weathering anymore. And then Eric Elliman says, I slept through the Target event, missed Starscream and Prowl, and still kind of undecided if he wants to collect the Studio Series, as he likes the Missing Link toys. Hey, Kenzo, how's it going? I got to meet Kenzo in person at MOTUNIVERSE, which was very cool. Good to see you, my friend. I did see the movie. You know what, fan fiction? I did see the movie, and I want to talk a lot about the movie, and I want to save this conversation for when our special guest jumps on. But I can tell you that I did get to go to an early screening on Monday, thanks to Mattel and Amazon and GM. I did get invited, so it was an early screening at the Grove, which was really cool. I have a lot of thoughts about the movie. They're all good thoughts, and I really want to talk about it, and I want to hear your thoughts as well. So fan fiction saw it last night. That's awesome. And Kenzo loved the movie. And we will hold your thoughts about the movie because I do want to talk to our special guest about the movie because it's going to be an awesome conversation. And then Black Phoenix, congratulations and welcome. No spoilers. We're not going to spoil the movie for you. It's okay because I know a lot of people haven't seen it yet. It literally just came out today officially. Congratulations on 20 months. That is awesome. That's why I'm going through non-MOTU news right now while we wait for our guests to pop on. So the one big thing that did happen this week, and then we did get these really cool 6-inch Black Series droids figures on retro cards, came up for pre-order. Zangief from Street Fighter came out, which is one of the last figures left in the line. But what we want to talk about, I guess let's look at Zangief real quick. Mike Bruno says he still needs to see it. We're not gonna spoil stuff for you. We'll only talk about things that were seen in the trailers. Zangief came out. He's a big honking figure. He looks really cool, and I absolutely ordered him as soon as this pre-order hit. I am collecting the Street Fighter line. I kind of slightly cherry picking it. You know, I have most of the figures, but not every single one. But he looks really cool. And then he even comes with the translucent green hand that you can shove in his energy fireball effect, which gives it a really cool look. We'll take a look at that real fast. Look at those boots. Look at those laces. Did anyone order Zangief? I'm curious to know. Tucker Prime's here. Good to see you, Tucker Prime. It's okay that you're late. We're talking about non-MOTU news first because we have a special guest coming. So I just want to kind of cover this stuff before he gets here. And he's cool. So let's dive in and talk about Yojo June, because there was a lot of drops during Yojo June. And actually, I want to talk about my favorite drop first, which was the Hooded Cobra Commander on Throne. Giraffe, did you get Zangief yet? Oh, T-Hawk. I pre-ordered T-Hawk too, because he's really cool. Tucker Prime had to get your sword cup. That's awesome. Mom really likes my hair. Aw. Hi, Dorothy. How's it going? Well, I was able to do my hair tonight, hence why I'm not wearing my hat. And if you want to know why I wear my hat, because I'm usually running around a lot before the show and don't have time to do my hair, so I usually just throw the hat on out of laziness and then brand recognition. But today I did my hair, so I appreciate it. Very, very nice of you to say, Dorothy. Good to see you. This was an awesome drop. Was not expecting it. It's incredible that we finally got this version of Cobra Commander. I don't want to go into any whatever, other reasons. He looks like this in the cartoon. That was his classic look. His Balin figure looked like this. We won't go into any of the other connotations, but it's really cool to get one. I have a version of him because I have a custom head on one of my Cobra Commanders, but this one's awesome. And let's go ahead and watch this little animated short video of Cobra Commander. Can I talk through this because I don't want to get any copyright strike? All right, let's check this out. Oh, is this just the tease? That's just the tease. That's not the video I wanted. Let's see where it is. Okay, I think it's after this. Yeah, I think I put it down below under the official images because okay, well we'll get to the video in a bit. I guess it wasn't in here. Anyway, so Cobra Commander in this incredible box. He's on his snake throne, which is awesome, and I have a 3D printed version of that too, which I will be getting rid of. He looks great. He has a removable crown, all sorts of accessories, his snake staff, different hands and everything, and in this really awesome box. Looking really good. Look at the artwork. And this is number 221, which is sweet. And the back has a really cool illustration as well. Here he is sitting on his throne with that really nice cape. It's red, and on the back side, it's black. The side that shows, obviously, from his back, and it's got that kind of snake-like texture that came on I think the Regal version, the other, super expensive version of Cobra Commander that got released many years ago. But look at how nice his articulation is. He can pose him doing all sorts of things on the throne, and look at the detail. Look at all the snakes here. So I know that this accidentally came out, I think, on a couple sites for $55, and then they changed it, and the price was $69. And I'm hoping whoever was able to snag it for $55 was able to keep it there. But you can see, look at how good his eyes look on the face sculpt, and his epaulets, and all the little gold trim, and look at that Cobra logo on his chest. And it's looking really sharp. Here he is, pensive and thinking, which is awesome. There you can see the snakeskin texture on the back of his cape, and even his actual little throne chair. It looks like red velvet, which is cool. And here you can see him finally without the crown on his head. So it's an awesome sculpt of Hooded Cobra Commander. He's got the little snake in his hands. You have a little pointy finger there. And he's looking really good. And there's his hairdryer gun that he's holding, which is awesome. Just incredible job that they did on this. And I know Lenny and Tony worked on this. This was one of their final projects. They've done stuff that's going to be seen throughout 2026. It's a shame they left, but I'm happy for them if they're moving on to better things. Look at all the snakes on the back of that throne. And of course you get this really big Cobra head. So Rob 2023, my only complaint is he should have come with a dome head as well to make him an ultimate version. I agree, but I'm thinking maybe the blue color matches the other colors of the dome heads you already have. So you could probably, I'm hoping, mix and match. And hopefully the neck pegs are the same in their ultimate wisdom if they've left it like that. So, yeah. And here's some photos of it from the actual live stream, the fan stream that we saw on Wednesday. He's looking really good. And this is, again, the prototype version that they had on display. But he looks incredible. This one looks a little darker. I don't know if it's just the screen color that came out from the fan stream, but anywho, let's take a look at the rest of the things that were released for Yojo June. So we had a lot of stuff drop, and emoji prints who like Kenzo in here came off the streets. Oh, we got Paul Morales joining us here. Mike is saying hi to Paul. Paul, good to see you. You guys are Kenzo. What's up, bro? So some of the stuff we already knew was coming out. That we saw some hints, some teases, and it was cool that Dan Larson is hosting the whole month of Yojo June. So that was a good fill-in for Lenny and Tony, who are not there anymore. It's kind of sad that they left, but hopefully, you know, they're on to greener pastures for themselves and made nice life decisions. So some of the things that dropped, we had the Snake Eyes on the Varmint ATV versus the Stealth Viper with this Cobra Stealth Flight Pod Trouble Bubble 2-pack. So we call it a battle in a box. We had Deep Six that also got released. And of course, we already talked about the Cobra Commander on the throne, which is very cool. So all these things went up for pre-order. We had some more things. There's some other items that are still with code names that we have Walmart listings for. So if you want to roll the dice, you can try and pre-order these and figure out what they are later. But I'm sure it's stuff that's going to be dropping throughout Yojo June. So, you know, and then we do know that this is the Varmint Stealth Pod, and there's a legacy figure here. So just looking at some of the official images for the battle in the box, we have, you know, Snake Eyes riding his ATV and a bunch of flight pods in the back, which is pretty awesome. And this is a green colorway. And then, you know, here we can see them on display during Yojo June fan stream. And this has kind of a black and red motif with the Viper in there, which is awesome. So who ordered any of these things? Too much gray. Yeah, I agree. There is a lot of gray. So G.I. Joe 66, Delta 17. I do have a guest coming. He's running a little late. So the idea was to have our guests come on when I started the live stream. But he is running late, so he should be popping on hopefully any minute now. But just hold tight. And we're going to be talking a lot of MOTU stuff. So that's why I'm covering the rest of the news in the meantime. Zodex Insight gifted another 5 Toy Habits memberships. Super nice of you, Zodex Insight. So 5 of you in the chat are going to get Toy Habits memberships. And super, super nice of you, randomly selected. Big thanks to Zodex Insight for that. That's really nice of you to do. All right. I know. I hope our guests will pop on soon because it's not easy holding down the fort all by yourself. And Michael was under the weather last week after MOTUNIVERSE, and so that's why we had to skip a stream. And I feel bad, and I'm like, I don't want to miss 2 weeks with you all, so I'm here, and hopefully our guest comes soon. And just wanted to make sure that you guys did not miss your fun Toy Habits Friday night. So here we have Deep Six, big old chonky figure on display during the fan stream. And he has this big, like kind of harpoon rocket in his back and a big bubble dome for his undersea outfit with a backpack. So he's looking really cool. This one was a little pricey. You're so sweet, Steven. I'm doing this for you guys, of course. Of course. I didn't want you guys to miss 2 weeks in a row. That would be a bummer. Oh my God. What do you guys think of these the melty head? Like that, I think it's like he's like not getting enough air and like, you know, kind of I thought that was kind of weird, but deadhead. that's kind of creepy, right? But anyway, they included it. Huge thank you to MOTU Prince, which I got to meet as well at MOTUNIVERSE. So sweet of you. Very nice to meet you and your wife. thank you so much for gifting 5 Toy Habits memberships. That's really sweet of you. So 5 more of you, I think that's 15 now, are going to be getting free Toy Habits memberships who are in the chat. Super nice of you. You are too kind. You're too kind. And here's the official images. Look at that huge helmet he comes with. I didn't realize it was so big, and you can kind of see like it's supposed to be like the figure within. I didn't order him because I don't know, he was like a bit too chunky, but maybe I should get him for my swimming pool. We'll see. What's going on, Jojo Daddy? How you doing? Thank you. Smash that like button, y'all. Good to see you in the chat. Yeah, I mean, he looks cool. Like if you have a really cool aquarium, like Deep Six would look great in there. That's one of those cool figures to stick inside. They did an awesome job with the Dio shots for him. I wonder if that's like fake, like photoshopped bubbles, and it's just like atmosphere that they're using. Oh, so nice. So nice of you to say, Mochi Prince. It was awesome meeting you as well. I saw Frankie. I saw Clint. I saw Joe. I saw I saw Motu Prince. I saw Kenzo. I saw a bunch of you guys. That's so awesome. Yeah, very, very cool. We're going to talk MOTUNIVERSE as well when our guest finally gets on here. But yeah, I can't wait to. It'll be fun. All right, let's take a look at the rest of these. He has a really cool tempo on the back of his backpack as well, which is freaking awesome. And then the Fatal Fluffy. So this is going to be a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive, which is awesome. Comes in a very cool like cereal box, which was rad. And here you get Fatal Fluffy in his untransformed nice motif. And then we got him when he's angry, and you don't want to see the Fatal Fluffy when he gets angry. Let's take a look. Oh, Giraffe was there as well, and you guys are cool. Anyway, you guys are gonna remind me. I met so many people at the show, and then you can see here the Fatal Fluffy with his little blast, dragging, breathing, or whatever effect, and he's all pissed off, but he looks cool. And this will be at San Diego, and that's a slipcover, and there's his box underneath. And he comes with the alternate head and the other little untransformed Fatal Fluffy form. He's basically a gremlin. Yes, he is. Wow. Yeah. So that's cool. And then here's more photos of Cobra Commander, which we've already looked at. So we'll just kind of pass through these. Cobra Commander is sold out everywhere except for Entertainment Earth. So if you do want to get him, he's still available on Entertainment Earth, but he's sold out everywhere else. And then the last San Diego Comic-Con exclusive we have is this Shipwreck versus Cadet Demings from There's No Place Like Springfield. And, so this is kind of like a jacked up Shipwreck, and you can see Polly over here, and it looks like she's like mind controlling him. Very unique and special set. So it's a good thing to have for a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive, because it's not one that every single collector has to get. But it'll be something some people, very, very specific fans, will enjoy. So that's that one. And then you get this kind of computer console. And then here's the Ninja Force 2-pack, which I missed out on this morning. But looking very cool. You can see the official images and the in-person images, and they are with their masks, which are really neat. Warren Newman got to see the MOTU movie premiere, which was really awesome in the UK. That's so freaking cool. We also got, yes, one MOTUNIVERSE 2 is 1 year from today. Oh, wow. Is it really going to be June 5th? I got to ask Jay when that one is. So we got some digital renders, and we got Red Pad Grand Slam with the HAL artillery system right here. This is a really big accessory, vehicle, blaster, whatever you want to call it, but apparently it's huge. So you got to have a lot of space on your shelf to clear this one. But Grand Slam looks really cool. And then we have the Vamp Mark II, which is the desert version that's going to be coming out, which is really awesome. And of course, we got Clutch in his kind of desert gear, and this is all going to be part of a themed release with desert gear as well. And then they're introducing Action Man into the line, which is from the UK, which is really cool. I like his his little orange hat with the microphone and headset, which is really awesome. And then all of the accessories, which look like they're kind of repaints of some accessories, but they did a good job. He kind of has a little Tom Cruise-esque look. What do you guys think? And then we had a few name-only reveals. So there's going to be a legacy figure for fall of this year, 2026, which is going to be Avalanche. He's going to go really well with the Snowcat if you pre-ordered the Snowcat. So that's going to be a nice one. And then we got Dusty and Sandstorm were also revealed here. You can see Dusty and Sandstorm inside the Vamp. So that'll be something cool to go with your Vamp Mark II. And some Iron Grenadiers, Psych Out, Mistress Armada. So a couple cool name-only reveals. And a big thank you to Warren Newman for gifting two pounds to Toy Habits. Thank you so much. New MOTU movie was awesome and fun. That it was. Thank you, Warren. That's so sweet of you. And we do need a Sky Striker for Action Man. That would be awesome. Could you imagine if we got a 6-inch scale Sky Striker? How freaking cool would that be? That would be freaking awesome. I would love to see that. All right. So that was pretty much wrapping up Yojo June. I don't know if you guys have any more comments on that one, but yeah, we got the Toxic Viper as well. And it's going to be an Avalanche rescue figure. That's cool. In the Legacy line. Can't wait to see how that one comes out. That'll be really awesome. We will talk MOTU, so I'm putting a pin in those. As soon as our guest gets here. Let's talk about the DC Core 6-inch line real fast. So these came in stock. No, this is Wave 2. Let's talk about Wave 2 first. These are up for pre-order on Entertainment Earth and Big Bad Toy Store. So there's a Superman, Jokerized Batman. We got the Green Lantern, and then this like stealth suit Batman as well. So these are all up for pre-order. They're looking really good. I've heard a lot of early reviews on these, and the articulation is supposed to be incredible. And this is just a kid's core line. I think they're like $13.99. And for the price, what I'm seeing so far is they look really cool. So I did order Wave 1, which we'll look at, because I wanted to test out the figures and see if they're worth it. But so far, like, the sculpts look great. The articulation looks cool. And they're just fun toys. These are just toyetic, right? It is a decent looking Superman head, right? For a kid's toy line. This is their core line. Their low budget core line. And so far, you know, they're looking pretty cool. There's Jokerized Batman. I like the big chunky boots. Those look nice. And then you get all their accessories on a sprue, and then like these different heads, swappable faceplates. I mean, for $13, can't go wrong. Here's a stealth suit Batman, and then you take all the stuff off the sprue, and then you can put on this nice weapons rack. So that is really awesome. He looks great. So that's wave 2. And then wave 1, which is in stock right now. You can get wave 1 on Big Bad Toy Store and Entertainment Earth. I ordered this wave. We'll see how it looks in hand. But I've seen some good reviews. So we get Batman and Robin. Oh, by the way, our good friend Roy Juarez, who, as you know, Manuel Eduardo Carritas on Instagram, he's now working on this toy line doing the packaging design for them. So we will miss him on the MOTU line. But I guess DC is going to be getting some really cool packaging. And this is just the kids' core line. So it's going to have like the most simplistic packaging to start with. And then the rest will have very cool packaging. So we get Joker, the Flash, Batman, and Robin to start out with on wave 1. And this really cool Batmobile it pops open. It has like this little drone, bat drone that you can put Batman on. Does a lot of cool stuff. But this is a fun kids toy, right? So it does what it needs to do. And then you can see the nice articulation. There's a lot of texture too, for it being a core line for like $13.99. Look at all the texture on Batman's bat suit. It looks really good. He has a nice soft goods cape, and also comes with the weapons rack and a sprue full of all these accessories, all the weapons that he has, batarangs. Here's some alternate heads that you can put on these guys. And then there's a core Robin as well. He's looking really cool too. And these are pinless, so really nice articulation for a core kids line, right? I mean, we saw what they did with the MOTU core line. So, if that's telling you anything, these will be pretty neat. Collector Phil, you did not miss the MOTU segment. I'm holding that for when our guest shows up, which hopefully will be really soon. So we're going over all the other non-MOTU news first. So don't worry, you didn't miss it. Because we do have a guest coming on, but he's running late. So Robin comes with his weapons rack as well, and a whole bunch of really cool accessories. I like his outfit. He looks pretty neat. And he's got, his cute little elf shoes. And then, of course, we get the Joker with all these extra heads, which is really neat. And he has this cool, laughing face accessory that shoots out these missiles with like little clown faces on it. Like, how fun is that? So Jokerized Skeletor, that's pretty cool. Pathfinder Bill, it's okay that you're late. We will get to MOTU news soon. Super He-Man, that would be really cool. But now they can do He-Man DC crossovers. They have the license, they can do He-Man and MOTU crossovers. That would be really cool. And there's Joker. This is a digital render, so you can't really see what the figure looks like. And then we have Core Flash, and he looks really good. Very classic looking Flash. It's really awesome. And here he is in his classic running pose. There with his little flash effect accessory, which is really neat. Here he is running. Here's all the accessories that come on the sprue with Flash. And then we have the Batmobile that pops open and comes with this really cool drone accessory that you can have flying on its own, and it flings out discs, which are awesome. You guys are coming up with all sorts of names. MOTU Prince, I like that. Batman at Arms. That's cool. And there it is. You can put this on Batman's back, and you can use it to fly around with. And figures sold separately. You can see this is that Wave 2 Dark Stealth Suit Batman, which is neat. And here is the Batmobile. It pops open to reveal that drone and the inside, and then it's got all sorts of little missiles that like shoot out. So it's got a lot of cool stuff. kind of based on the 89 Mobile, but like modernized. It would be really cool to have a DC MOTU crossover. Absolutely. All right. So that is the DC Wave 1 and 2. And again, Wave 1 is in stock on Entertainment Earth and Big Bad Toy Store. And we're just going to kind of look through here and see if we had any other stories that we missed. If not, we're going to start diving into MOTU news, even without our guests. It's okay. All right. Well, let's take a look at the since our guest, he's not here yet, we're going to take a look at the official MOTU Origins movie tie-in reveal poster here that came out. And so we already have He-Man, we got Spike-Or, you've all seen Man-at-Arms and Triclops. That's already been picked up by a couple of collectors overseas, and some have gotten it early. We revealed the Boss Man and Ram Man 2-pack, which we do have some more in-hand photos of. And now newly revealed is Teela for MOTU Origins line and Skeletor. So those are the ones we're going to be looking at next. And we also know Deluxe Trapjaw was up on Walmart. And of course, Deluxe Roboto, I think, was through Mattel Creations, if I'm not mistaken. And the Fright Fighter is just available at all the different retail lines. Yes. He is going to be our special guest tonight, and he's on Hawaiian time. Actually, Josh is traveling on the East Coast. He's at a convention right now. He is going to be logging in. He's running a little late, but it is Joshua Sky, who is our special guest. And he called me earlier, and he's excited to be on the show. So let's have a little patience for him when he gets here, and we'll keep talking MOTU when he shows up. So here's Teela. And right now, we don't have any official images yet. But that's Teela. Hopefully she has a nicer face sculpt. And you can see she was on the Fright Fighter box already. Right there. She looks like maybe her face looks a little bit better than the core figure. Josh is awesome. Josh is absolutely awesome. And I so thank him for like doing this with me. Because it's late for him where he's at right now. And so, he'll be jumping on because it's fun. I got to see Josh and meet him in person at MOTUNIVERSE, which was really cool. And he's such a nice guy. Of course, Josh Sky as the amazing writer for the MOTU mini comics. But I'm going to give him a whole introduction when he finally gets here. But here's Skeletor. And I think Skeletor, out of all of the Origins figures, to me, is looking the best in terms of proportion and his design and everything. What do you guys think of the Skeletor? Even though the photo is blurry, I hope he didn't fall asleep in his hotel room, but we're going to keep going through the news as long as we can. So what do you guys think of the Skeletor? Random question. What are the odds Mattel reissues Origins Cyclone? I highly doubt it. Good to see you, Burris Toys. I think you missed it at the beginning. Michael is at his daughter's graduation tonight. He was out sick last week. We missed last week. He wasn't going to make it tonight because he has his daughter's graduation scheduled. So I came on. I didn't want you guys to miss 2 weeks. And I do have, as I already hinted and said, Joshua Sky's supposed to be joining me tonight, and he's running a bit late. So I'm here by myself right now until he gets here. But we're probably going to get an Origin Strobo out of the Origin Cyclone. Maybe it would be cool to have him come re-released again. I like Pathfinder Bill's comment here. Superman He-Man 2-pack celebrating an anniversary of the comic would be kick-ass. And I'm going to say it because it's nighttime. And so you guys know the famous comic book that was He-Man versus Superman. How cool would it be if we got like a comic 2-pack with a recreation of that comic book and the two figures together? That would be epic. So Black Phoenix, I really hope they do another movie Mossman for the other lines because the Origins one's not looking so great. I agree with you. Black Phoenix, Skeletor looks great, actually. He does. And it's funny because out of all the figures, like the Coraline Skeletor looks really cool too. I moved my Chronicles one on a shelf, so I can't pick him up. But I really like how he came out. He looks awesome. One of my favorite figures of the new toys. He looks really, really cool. The body reminds me of Laser Light Skeletor. It absolutely does, and that's probably maybe giving us a little bit of a hint of what we can expect when he finally comes out. I like Origins movie Skeletor. He looks like the Grim Reaper more than usual. That he does. Fanfiction 99. I have a good question for you, Sorceress. What do you think Jared Leto was channeling Tom Hardy as Bane from Dark Knight Rises in his performance? I think he was. He was channeling that, like a little bit of Alan Oppenheimer. Of course, it's never going to be him, but he was trying to get a little bit of his goofy charm incorporated into the scary part of the character as well. So there was a nice balance in between the two. Where can you buy Origins Skull Knight? Not released yet, but I think some people found them on eBay. Baroness of Toys thinks that Origin Skeletor is cool. Baroness, have you bought any of the movie figures? You know what? I really did like the movie, and like now that I'm looking at reviews and stuff like that, we're gonna talk movie. I want to save that for when Josh gets here because I really want to talk to him about the movie. But I'm actually really liking it. Okay. Brandon Channel 5040. Hi, Sorceress. It was awesome meeting you and Mr. Toy Sorceress at the screening. Brandon, I want to give a big shout out to Brandon. He was at the Grove on Monday night with his wife. We went to go see the screening. It was very nice to meet you. I had to sit all the way in the back, but it was fine because I didn't have like heads in my way. I got to meet Brandon there. I also ran into Teddy, which was really cool. And had a great time. Had a really great time at the movie. It was a lot of fun. I can't wait to talk about the movie because it was incredible. But Ted Biaselli was there. We were in line together and we got to chat before the movie started. And then he kind of sat on the back row as well, like across from us. Although the movie theater didn't have any of the cool merch at all. There was a few Grogu things in there, which was really odd because they were doing this special event. I really wanted to buy some merch, but there wasn't any. Brandon, I don't know if you were able to pick some up maybe at another theater, but it was really cool meeting you. And always happy to run into our viewers. So if you ever see me out and about at the movies, at a toy store, at a toy convention, wherever we are, please come over and say hi. I love meeting you guys. That was really, really cool. Superman and Spider-Man got a new crossover as an anniversary, so maybe. Yeah, that would be awesome. Anyone ever try to swap Sketchbook Cyclone with Origin Cyclone? I have not, but that's a good idea because that one's really cool. I actually like the Sketchbook series Cyclone. He is pretty awesome. It was his Frank Langella. Yeah, you're right. I got hints of Langella and Oppenheimer, mostly Bane vibes. That's true. Baroness of Toys. I haven't seen the movie, so holding off on buying movie toys until I watch the movie. Once you do, you'll want to buy some of the toys. I think you'll enjoy it. Thank you, Sorceress. Brandon, super nice to meet you. That is very cool. Jedi Ben. My wife and I went last night, and we were the only ones in the theater. What? Jedi Ben, do tell. Why were you the only ones in the theater? Because it was a Thursday night? Was it an early screening that nobody else got to go see? That concerns me a little bit. I want the movie to do well. I really do. And then you can see right here the figures out on display. A little bit, a very blurry photo of Skeletor here, but it is here. So that's really cool. All right, let's see what else we're going to take a look at. I'm holding off on talking about the playset till Josh gets here. Because I really want to talk to him about the playset. Let's take a look at origins of Moss Man and Ram Man. So I know this one's a little bit of a sore subject for you guys. But what's going on here with this Moss Man, guys? Rob 2023. It went yesterday as well. Not as many in there at all, I hope. have hopes that the actual opening day won't be more crowded. Well, the theater I went to was crowded. Like every seat was full, but it was an invited event. So, I guess they did fill the theater. So here we have Ram Man and Moss Man. Ram Man, you can see, is based on like the Origins one with like the legs and the arms, and then he's got kind of different hands, and of course the body is updated to look like the movie. And then Moss Man is not bad if he was more flocked. I don't like this little like crop top thing he has going on. It's like mulched Moss Man, Clint. You're absolutely right. Someone got up the hedge clippers and did some manscaping because he's only got his moss on the top. And so the artwork's really cool on the box. You can see that, which is very nice looking. And I just want to see if I got any messages here. Nope. Okay. So you can see, this is based on like the last probably Beastman that we got, and he's got nice like detail in his flock. I like that. I meant with card a flock top. All right, you just coined the phrase. Instead of crop top, he has a flock top. It's not like terrible, but like they really should have spent the money and just kind of finished flocking him, or at least maybe gave him a little bit of flocking like this, and then tapered it off along his arms and legs if they don't want to cover the entire figure. I mean, I don't know if this was like a like a cost saving measure doing it like this. I totally agree with you. You should have been totally covered and flocked. And if they wanted to maybe charge a little bit more money, I would have paid the money to get a fully flocked Moss Man, because he would have looked really cool. And you can see that is flocking on him. He's not wearing like a little, material cover up or anything, and a flock top. So they could have kept going. It's a little bit unfortunate that they made that design choice, but they could have fully flocked them. You're totally right. You're totally right. Black Phoenix. I'm agreeing with all of you guys. Look at the difference. Wow. Seeing like this flocked Moss Man next to the movie one, it's kind of sad. GI Moss Man with lifelike hair. I like that. That's really cool. Yeah. So again, he was manscaped on the rest of his body. It's kind of sad because there you can see if you change heads, if the rest of them was flocked. I mean, if you had an extra Moss Man, technically you can take this head off and then maybe like the skirt. I don't think you want to change the boots because that's going to probably mess up your Moss Man. But you could swap some parts around and have a more flocked Moss Man. So here's Ram Man. And he looks like a classic Ram Man, except, he's a little bit more movie-like. And his armor has, that nice, like, kind of rough effect on it, that it looks like it's got some patina on there. And then that's a really nice rendition of the actor's face. So I think they actually did a pretty good job with Ram Man. I'm liking him. He's not bad at all. Here is the Chronicles figure, so you can see the difference. The Chronicles figure is really nice. I actually really like how he came out. And then there's your MOTU Origins original Ram Man, looking really good. And I'm assuming he has the ramming feature that he pops up, which is pretty cool. So at least they retained that. And there's a review on here if you want to take a look at it from Planet Eternia. So be sure to check that out. All right. We're just going to keep going because Josh isn't here yet. So if we have to talk playset, we're going to talk playset. Did you guys... I think we looked at the Skull Knight official images last time around, if I'm not mistaken. So we did. Okay. So therefore, the movie is going to be ramping down movie push in 2027, which makes sense because the movie will be over and we're going to return back to other movie stuff. Or Ram Man, I like that. That's very cool. All right. Well, we're going to talk about the new playset because Josh isn't here yet. So I'm going to show it. Let's take a look at these images first that were shown off here. And this was, I think, like in Germany that they were showing off the playset, but it had this like incredible diorama like connected to it with like these little steps and like kind of, you know, mountainous cavern and everything connected to it. The playset's only this up here, so it's a little misleading. So anything past this job bridge, that's all extra. And then all of this purple mountain stuff is all extra. That does not come with I'm checking my messages. It's not a time zone thing. He called me before the show and he was running late. So he hasn't messaged me back. I'll send him a message, just make sure he has the Streamlabs link. All right. But we did get official images, so we're going to take a look at it. But mysteriously enough, there was like this dark themed, different colorway Skeletor sitting at the top turret here, and we're oh, here he is. Speak of the devil. Okay, guys. Our special guest is here in perfect timing because it is our esteemed guest who, as you all know, is the amazing writer for our MOTU Origins mini comics, amazing friend, guest. So I am now bringing on our guest. It is Joshua Sky. Hey, Josh. Good to see
you. Hey, everyone.
You.
Thanks so much for having me. Toy Sorceress, thank you for having me.
Oh, you're welcome. I really appreciate you being here. Say hi to the guests and tell everybody where you're at because it's kind of late on your side of the country.
Yeah. Hey, everyone. I am in ever exotic Allentown, Pennsylvania for Lehigh Comic Con. So I'm really excited. I'm here it's their 25th anniversary and they're doing a convention. If anyone's in this area, definitely come down. There's going to be so many cool creatives and people work on toys and comics and animation and Transformers. Earlier tonight I had dinner with Bud Budiansky, who is like the original comic book writer and editor for the Transformers Marvel comics. There's Riley Brown, who's an illustrator for the MOTU comics, is going to be there for the minis, and then Nick Campana is going to be there too, who's also an illustrator. Oh my gosh, the Peonies, who co-created Elf Quest, are going to be at so much. The daughter of of Bill Finger, who co-created Batman, is going to be there. So there's a lot of really cool. Hey everyone, hey Joe, hey Rob. Oh my gosh, there's so many people. This is awesome. How many people are on this thing right now? This is so cool.
The gang's all here. The gang's all here. I tried to hold down the fort and talk about MOTU news while we were trying to wait.
Thank you for bearing. Thank you for holding down the fort. I appreciate it. I really, really do. Sorry it took me so long. Guys, are you not excited about the MOTU movie?
Dude, did you see it already?
Of course I saw it. I loved it. It was great.
Great. Okay, so because we're going to talk about it, but non-spoiler stuff.
No spoilers.
We'll talk about
no
spoilers. We'll talk about the playset first because I started, showing off some of the photos from. I think this was in Germany. There was some kind of toy fair going on, and I don't know if you've seen these images online of the Battle for Eternia playset, but the new official images came up today, and it went up for pre-order on Walmart. But we're going to look at those afterward. But do you have any thoughts so far on this playset?
So some of these images I'm seeing for the first time now, and I'm like, that is so cool. And I don't know if you guys have, guys, just so you know, like I do write for the minis, and I've written like 50 of them. But what I have to say is literally, and Toy Sorceress knows this. Sometimes I'm like, I wonder what's coming out, and I'll watch Toy Habits, and they'll be like, we think like a like you know, they think the toy habits will be like, we speculate that there's going to be like a dark extender type character, and then like Mattel will call me like a day later and be like, we need a mini comic for this thing. I'm like, holy crap, they know before Mattel told me, you know.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of that.
That's so cool. Hey, you know, we have our ways, right? They don't call me the toy sorceress for nothing.
I know you guys have your network runs far and wide and is very powerful. So but what do I think of it? I think it's really cool. I have to say, so I got to go to the Lily Toy Sources. Did you go to the Hollywood premiere?
I did not. And I don't know if it was like, I know some people got invited through their like Club Grayskull membership, and I didn't realize that my membership was expired, because I guess I bought the membership when I bought Hero last year in March. And then it had lapsed in because the next figure I bought was Gray in May, and it was expired, and nobody sent me like, hey, your membership's expired, because when I went to buy Gray, it said add it to your cart. And apparently people were being invited who were in the area and probably, you know, had some whatever influencer and stuff, but I probably would have been invited if my membership was.
Sorry, you totally would have been invited. I wish I knew. I'm so sorry.
No, me and Michael, we didn't get invited, but I did go to the Grove early premiere on Monday this week, so they did invite me to that.
That's really cool
because I had really good membership.
I didn't get invited to that. How was the turnout?
It was full. The theater was packed. I ran into Ted.
Oh, he went to that screening too. That's so funny.
Yeah, he went to both.
It was
cool, but like there was no frills, no cool merchandise, no free popcorn, no munchies, no nothing. It was like, here's your free ticket, and that was it.
At least you got to see it with them and stuff. I definitely am going to catch it again. I'm going to see if I can catch it with Riley while we're at this convention.
Oh, cool.
Riley's the mini comic artist, and we're both going to be at this convention. So we'll see. He's seeing it tonight with his kids, so I don't know if they'll want to see it immediately for a third time, but hopefully he will. And if not, I'm going to watch it multiple times. What I will say is I did get two of the figures. I got a Skelenite and I got He-Man from the movie editions, the ones that are not the Origins editions, the other ones. And I gotta say, they're impressive figures. I'm like, wow. I'm like, this is a good deal for $10. You know, like I was really impressed. I was really impressed with it. And so I think these toys are really cool. Here's the thing, like the toys are so great for things like Masters of the Universe that you can kind of keep collecting them over and over and over and over again. Like how many people have classic figures and Origins figures and vintage figures, and right, it's just never enough because you want the fidelity of the fantasy, right? You want more of it.
Yes.
So, anyway, I thought of you, by the way, this week, Toy Sorceress.
Oh, you're so sweet.
I thought of you. Do you know why I thought of you? Because I bought something on eBay and I thought of you. Yes. So
I can't wait to find out what that is.
I'll tell you what I bought. Hold on, let me remember what I bought. I was drunk. No, I'm just kidding. I bought two new Adventures figures. They were incomplete, but the deal was too good, guys. The deal was too good to pass up. So I got.
What did you get? Which ones?
I got Butthead and Staghorn. I think they were for new Adventures.
Nice.
Now, a lot of people poo-poo New Adventures of He-Man, but I actually really like New Adventures of He-Man. I mean, the idea is cool, guys. Okay, I get it. Yeah. He-Man has a ponytail. That's weak sauce. But, right, it's kind of cool in a 90s way, right? But the idea of a more science fiction-leaning fantasy, second-leaning versus fantasy and science fiction version of He-Man just seemed really cool to me, you know? Yeah. Hello, Stephen Rothy. So I really love those. Yes.
The toys are cool. The toys are cool.
Yeah, right? The toys are great. I have a question for you guys. I don't know how many people are online right now, but whoever's listening to this, do you think if there was, like if Dark Horse did a New Adventures He-Man comic, do you think there would be a readership for it or no way? Like, or Brave Star? Like, what do you guys think? Is it too?
Dude, Brave Star, are you kidding me?
Brave Star would be really cool. I would love to.
Have you not seen my Brave Star collection?
I've not seen your Brave Star collection.
You have not seen my Brave Star collection.
No, one of these days I want to see your Brave Star collection.
I will. I'm gonna, while you're talking, I'm gonna pull it up on my Instagram.
And thank you, by the way. I don't know if you guys know this. Toy Sorceress hooked DC Comics up. I don't think we can talk about the project just yet, but she hooked up DC Comics with some killer photos for some figures. so that they're going to be featuring, and she
Thank
just
you.
really came in for the rescue. So thank you, Toy Sorcerers, for that.
Dude, it was absolutely my honor. There was one casualty, but the photos were okay because I was able to get him to lean. One of them broke a leg.
Oh no!
And it was the most rare one out of the whole set.
But now the figure will be immortalized. Now the figure will at
Yes.
least be immortalized.
At least I'll see. It was broken in the photo, but you couldn't tell. I will know
Yeah.
that forever, which is hilarious. But thank you for that opportunity, and I was very happy to help. And eventually, when we can talk about that project, it'll be fun
It'll be
to
super
have that
fun.
discussion because
Yeah.
part of toy history, right?
Part of toy history. It's part of toy history.
Absolutely, it'll be incredible.
I
So
honestly, sorry, you're saying?
no. Go ahead.
Brave Star would be really cool to do as a comic book. Because I wrote Rio Blast mini, which by the way is like I think it's sold out on Mattel Creations because I wanted to buy more Rio Blast, but I think it's sold out. So now that mini went up. But that mini is amazing because it has a bunch of first appearances because there are all the other Star Marshals in there. So it's like a Star Marshal. It's called Star Marshal.
Yes.
The Star Marshal Adventure. It's based on UK like mini UK MOTU comic book lore, and I expanded out and I introduced this team of Star Marshals, and it was so fun and fans loved it so much. I'm like, man, I would love to write more adventures like that. So hopefully one day I
Dude,
get
you
to.
absolutely should. And the Star Marshals are part of the line that have not been explored enough. And it absolutely could be more characters, more figures that they can come out with.
I would love to
And it
see
could be a great
Origins
tie-in.
do. Yeah, I would love to see Origins also do those Star Marshals. That would be so cool, but we'll see one day. The fans made a lot of customs of them, which was rad.
Oh, that's cool. I haven't seen the photos of those, but I'm sure they look absolutely incredible.
They look rad. They look rad for sure.
That's so cool. That's so cool. So this toy fair that you're at, like, is it it's a comic and toy show?
It's
Do they
a
have
comic
like
book show. It's a toy show. People who just love, to me, like it's all in the same bucket, right? I mean, I'm a toy collector and I'm a comic book reader and collector and a writer, of course, and I love animation as well, and I love science fiction and fantasy. And to me, it's all imaginative fare, right? And but yes, it is a comic book toy show, and yes, their 25th anniversary. It's really exciting because I just found out from the organizer that that Amazon it was a sponsor, which means Master Universe is actually a sponsor of this, an official sponsor. So the badges all have like Master Universe on the badges, which is cool. So it's a big year for MOTU.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, so I'm really excited. I hope the movie does well this weekend, guys. So please support it. I had fun watching it, but you just never know with these things.
Yeah. There is my Brave Star collection.
Let me see. Oh, that is so cool.
Yeah.
So you know what?
Yeah, I've got a sealed.
I had a sealed Fort Koenig that I sold. Right, I sold
You
it.
sold it?
Yeah,
Oh
because
God.
I bought a big toy collection, and in
Uh-huh.
that toy collection, I bought a big toy collection, and in that toy collection were all these MOTU toys that were like sealed. So to help pay for the collection, I sold the sealed Fort Koenig because I didn't have any other Brave Star stuff. I'm also not. I'm not a sealed collector guy, to be honest. Though I like being able to play with my toys.
I agree with you, Josh, because you know why? This actually was a sealed Fort Carium, and I opened it. And I put it together.
Oh, wow. Maybe you bought the one I sold. Maybe you bought the one I sold.
You know why I opened it? Because the box was dented. It was in okay shape, but there's a big dent in it. So in my mind, I'm like, it's not a minted box, and it's okay if I open it because it's not worth, and I didn't buy it for the money. I actually wanted to get a complete set. I put the stickers on it and everything. There were a couple broken parts because even though it was sealed, everything's just thrown in the box. Because I guess in the 80s they didn't believe in packaging, like cardboard material in there. But full Fort Carium. I wish I could fit it like all the way across. This is a sealed Stratacoach on the top, and then I've got a couple box figures. There's one more that it's actually not in this photo. I do have a sealed text box as well.
That is rad. That is rad. Nice collection.
Yeah, thank
Toy
you.
Sorceress. Don't tell anyone where you live, Toy Sorceress.
No.
You must hide your castle.
I know, right? I just like it's it's kind of crazy. So this new playset is really cool, and I I want to know who's going to pre-order, but we're going to take a look at the official images. So right now you can see it's half a Castle Grayskull, half a Snake Mountain, and you can you can take like the purple mountainy scene and this like gray rock. But let's take a look at the official images because that's going to tell us a lot. So this actually went up for pre-order on and I want to go into this article because we got all the official images that dropped. And we can see here. And the artwork on this thing is amazing. I think I can play this video real quick. It might show commercials, so I might have to hum over it for a second. All right. We're on YouTube. I'm not gonna like put the sound player, skipping ad. Okay.
By the way, guys, I'm reading all the comments, and there's a lot of comments, and I just want to say hello to everyone. Thank you so much for all your comments, and I'm reading them all right now. So very cool. And what do you got there? Okay, so that's a video of them revealing the playset. That is really cool. Wow. Wow. So it's kind of like they're kind of like these old school play sets, right? Remember like in the 90s when they do a Batman double-sided sort of play set where one side would be like the good guy side and the one guy side would be like Penguin's Lair or something?
Yeah.
Like that, which I think is pretty clever because they get more play value. Wow.
Yeah.
Are these to scale with Origins figures? These to scale like a different scale? Or could you do both, do you think?
So these are for the core figures, which are the same as the Origins scale. These are, thinner proportion, but they're both 5.5 inches. So this will absolutely work with your Origins figures. And look at that box art.
How cool is that? Battle for Eternia. I love it. Yeah. I love it. So do you know what? That's the one thing that like Mattel really gets with MOTU is that box art needs to have explosive. Like MOTU is such an amazing tradition of incredible packaging art, and they really kept that tradition alive. Now, I don't know if you guys saw my Instagram, but if you guys don't already follow me, definitely check it out. But I was at MOTUNIVERSE, the MOTU convention. I sat next to Rudy Obrero, who did the packaging art for Grayskull. Sorry, excuse my language. I drove home that night. I was like, and I brought back my Castle Grayskull to the hotel room. And then when I went in, what's up, Kenzo? When I went in, I had Rudy that morning sign my Castle Grayskull. I had Rudy sign my Castle Grayskull. And when I was walking, I had my Castle and my Wind Raider, which is sealed. So I was walking with it, and then Ted Biaselli's walking next to me. He's like, "What you got there, pal?" And I just turned him, and I'm like, "Ted, I'm having a really good time." He goes, "That's good." Like, that's why I love this community. I love this community. And Rudy was really cool. So we're both from Hawaii. So it was so cool to meet another guy. What's the price that's Rudy Obrero? Yeah. So what's really cool is that like Rudy Obrero is from Hawaii as well. So it's cool to meet someone else that's from Hawaii that works on MOTU. But what the reason I bring this up, I guess, guys, is that Rudy is amazing. Joe said that. But the reason I bring this up is because look at this packaging. Look at this box art, right? Like
incredible.
And really where this tradition comes from is from pulp science fiction and fantasy magazines, right? Like stuff like Amazing Stories and Weird Tales, right? And Marvel Science Stories, right? And that evolved into Marvel Comics and DC Comics, and they kept the pulp like, cliffhanger sort of packaging. Covers on their comics, but so we come from that tradition. Obviously, like Master Universe of keeping that alive. Also, Frazetta, of course, Frank Frazetta, the great fantasist and fantasy artist, heavily influenced MOTU as well, and you see that in this stuff.
Absolutely. So box art is incredible. You got Castle Grayskull on one side. You got with all the heroic warriors, and of course Snake Mountain on the other with all the evil warriors. This has a special golden armor edition of Skeletor, which is kind of like he has more of a like black and purple and gold motif. But here's a look at the back of the playset. I'm going to go into this other pre-order article because I want to see if there's a little bit clearer photos on here. And we were asking
there's nothing like that out there right now for these play sets. There's nothing really, there's nothing out there like for us.
It's very, it's got a similar like clamshell construction, just like, the Origin Snake Mountain and Castle Grayskull. So it's in that scale. Luckily, it's not as tall, so hopefully it'll be a little more compact.
I think this is really clever, not only for collectors like us guys, but wow, it comes with the bone thrones. That's really cool. That looks
with
cool.
These cool steps, like this whole, and like snakes. Look at the snakes leading up to the bone throne. This great, the gate goes up and down. There's a working elevator, and of course the drawbridge, and then you have the altar for your power sword, which is really awesome. So here's all the accessories that come with it. But the Skeletor is, I guess, a darker color one, which is neat. So that's a really cool playset. And then it's got a little bit of kind of that red moss that all over Eternia in the movie. So it's a gray castle. It's an actual gray castle in the movie, guys. It's not green. So you can see that here. And then you can put the sword in and it drops the drawbridge, which is awesome. So they retain that. And it's funny because like look at the little holes they put in here for the drawbridge to go into.
That is really cool. Wow. That is really cool.
He-Man in the Snake Mountain side.
More secrets await the interior of Grayskull. That is really great.
That looks like real chain.
Wow. Right? Got some bondage action with He-Man here, right, guys?
I know. Going up and down in the elevator.
I'm not gonna lie. When I did that initial screening of He-Man with my wife was like, "Wow!" When he transformed, she's like, "He's hot." Like, yes, he's
I'm not gonna argue that point.
Yeah, exactly.
I was like, "Damn, looking pretty good." And then it looks like it's got a special edition of the sword because look at that extra like gold paint apps on it, which is really nice.
Wow,
much better than just the also and the wrapped handle as well, because the core edition of the sword is just all silver and it doesn't have that extra detail on it. I mean, it's all one color, so you get special edition of the sword, the power sword, which is really cool. And then you can see Skeletor here, so he's black with like gold, which is awesome.
That is awesome. I'm really excited for this. This looks cool.
Yeah. That's really awesome. Beastman comes with a whip. He's just saying. And did you see that this
is a great comment. Hold on. This is a great comment from Rob 2023 TF. Josh, my mom is 73 and said he's why she would watch the He-Man movie. I'm like, oh, maybe that's how I'll talk my mom, who's about that age, maybe 74 now. Maybe that's how I'll talk her into watching the He-Man movie. That's a good idea.
There you go. Nicholas did an amazing job in the movie, and he does look pretty hot. I'll give you that much.
Well, a lot of the cast looks good. A lot of the cast looks good in He-Man for sure.
Oh yeah, yeah. No, they did a really. They're
not bad looking people. They didn't get much for this.
They cast them very well. Some of the characters look like their characters. Like Fisto, the actor looks like Fisto.
Yeah,
like his
for
face
sure.
Actually looks like Fisto in real life.
For sure.
So when you put the gate up, it pops open the snake mouth, and you can flip your figures over. This is very toyetic for kids to play with, which is really nice. And so I think it's $85. It's on pre-order right now at Walmart. So if you want to pick it up, it's live as we speak. And it's ready to go. So I wanted to talk to you about the movie because The movie's incredible. So you got to see it. So when did you see it for the first time?
So I saw the movie for the first time last month at the world premiere, which was like really cool and really trippy because so I'm a collector like you guys. So in my collection, I have an original ticket to the first premiere for the pilot like 40 plus years
Wow.
ago, like 41 years ago or something. So then it was so
Wow.
cool to be there and at this premiere and have that, you know, the modern ticket and bridge that. And for me going there, it was just an incredible experience because you know, the Chinese theater is a very historic theater and they transformed it
Yes.
into Castle Grayskull. But like, guys, honestly, what was really incredible was to see all the people who showed up, to see all the execs there, and to see, oh my gosh,
Yeah.
like I've been in this ecosystem for a while, and what I have to say is there's so many things to love about Master Universe, right? The toys are incredible, the artwork's incredible, the adventures,
Yeah.
right? From the comic books to the animated series, multiple animated series, to the movies, all incredible. But on top of that, and the explosive artwork over the years, I mean, the artwork is just stellar, right? But quite
Yeah.
frankly, guys, the community is so cool. You know, you guys make it. Everyone has this like spirit of optimism and imagination that,
I
you
know.
know, that we need to really reboot society wise, in my opinion. It's gotten too cool since like the early 2000s in the wake of 9/11 to be like, emo, right? And emo is kind of
Yeah.
corny, especially now, in my opinion. It's like, life's hard. Okay, who cares? Let's like do something about it. So I feel like the MOTU community is like, really optimistic and imaginative. And I've worked, I've said this story before. I've worked in movies, I've worked in television, I worked in comics and animation. My favorite community is the toy community. The toy community, because there's an aspect of play that's inbuilt into the toy community that other communities don't have,
Mm-hmm.
So you can also trade toys with the toy community. So, but no, I really enjoy it. So
Absolutely.
that's my spiel on
that. Yeah, so I totally agree with you. It was so cool to get to be invited. So grateful that I was invited to go see the movie. So that was an all. Everyone who was there were MOTU fans. So at least I got to see it. Audience who were super excited to see the movie. I went with my husband, who doesn't know.
We froze. Did we lose you guys?
Sorry,
we froze.
closing some windows because I was losing some bandwidth there.
I froze or you froze. Guys, what I will say is,
it's me.
Here's the truth about the movie, guys. We got to support this thing straight up. We really got to support it. We got to spread the word of mouth, and we got to watch it. And just because the more this movie does, the more toys we're gonna get, and that's just the truth of it, So and the more MOTU has a comeback, But the bottom line is, we'll see what happens. Like I know a lot of people are seeing it this weekend. Yeah. I'm gonna definitely see it again. I'm gonna see it multiple times, but definitely spread the word. Go convert. Convert people to.
I was trying to say, my husband he didn't grow up like watching the cartoons. He's like 4 years older than me, so he kind of like missed them. He's like a little older for them. He knows of them and everything, but he didn't really like watch them after school or anything. So knowing that he was going to go to the movie with me on Monday, I had him watch a couple of cartoon episodes with me on the weekend, which was great because then he started to know like the character names and like what it was about. I even watched The Secret of the Sword with him, which was really cool. And he actually enjoyed the movie, not being like a MOTU fan. And I mean, he's supportive of everything that I like. And now he was like, yeah, he like really liked it. He's like, it was a good movie. And now he's like interested in watching all these reviews about it and like kind of learning more about the toy line. So it's actually like brought us like closer in terms of, my toy collecting and kind of understanding that whole part of me, which is really
I should get my wife. That's a good idea. Another good idea. I need to get my wife deeper into the MOTU toy collecting herself, I won't be
Yeah.
mad. I won't be mad. Well, it's so funny, you know. I opened up my MOTU movie figures, but she's keeping hers in the box. You know, she's like, these
Oh,
will be worth something one day. I'm like, I don't know about that, you know, but they're pretty fun
yeah.
to play with, you know, if you open
They're
them.
absolutely fun to
So,
play with. That's the best part. I
yeah,
mean, you know, how could you not like the
yeah, yeah.
that's lots
But
of fun. I
guys,
enjoy
even
it.
listen, like even if you can't see it tons of times, I totally get that. And I don't want to force anyone to like watch a movie a billion times, though I think we should watch this a billion times. But definitely spread the word. Spread the
Yeah.
word. Let people know. Let your friends know. You know, if we want to see MOTU, we have to support MOTU, and that's just the truth. Amazon didn't tell me to say this. Mattel didn't tell me to say this. This is, you guys have been reading the articles. This is just the straight up truth, and we all know it. You know, but the fans have been really coming out to support it, which I do appreciate it. And hopefully this movie does well enough so we get MOTU for a long time from now. That's really the hope. You know. But
Absolutely.
anyways, yeah.
No, no spoil.
No
Cool
spoilers.
surprises.
No
A
spoilers.
few cool surprises through the movie and at the end of the movie throughout the credits.
Yeah.
So if you're gonna go see it, don't get up when the credits start. Sit and watch till the end because you're gonna
Sit
miss
through the whole thing and watch. I'm definitely gonna buy this on Blu-ray for sure because I also collect movies.
It's already out for pre-order on
I didn't know
Amazon,
that.
by the way.
Wow, that's really cool. So
Yeah.
I'm definitely gonna watch it on Blu-ray, and you know, but yeah, like Rob 2023 TF says, MOTU hasn't been this big in decades. Yeah, so if we want to keep the momentum, we all know what happened in the first movie in the 80s. It didn't do well, and it went dormant basically for 40 years, and now it's having its comeback. So we gotta keep this comeback if we can. You know, so
yes. Three cool scenes at the end.
yeah, three cool scenes at the end.
Hinting at some stuff, which was really awesome. So I thought it was great. You know, I always tell this to my viewers. I'm not totally into like new movies and new media because I'm such an old soul and I really love like vintage toys and the cartoons and the movies I grew up with. So I don't tend to go to a lot of like new movies because they don't appeal to me so much. But I did enjoy this one. Was it a little bit, you know, more action-packed, violent-y than I like? Yeah. Were the baddie characters a little scarier than I would have wanted? Yes. Characters like Skeletor was a little more evil than I wanted? Yes. But that's all to be expected in today's movies for me, right? That was like my own opinion, but it was still a good movie. And there was a lot of tie-ins to the Filmation cartoon.
It's a great popcorn roller coaster.
Yeah,
it's a
absolutely.
great time. It's really fun. I think this is going to be a cult. I think it's a cult classic out the gate. Yeah. I'm just really excited. You know,
people, you guys will like it. You guys will like it. And if I liked it, given all my, you know, pickiness about new films, you guys are gonna love it. Because
yeah. And honestly, guys, like you have to realize, like, you know, I've been working on MOTU for like 4, almost 5 years now, right? So when I joined up, like there wasn't as much scrutiny on everything MOTU. So I was like, you know, I was kind of like the kid in the basement hanging out with it, you know, with his toys. And now everybody's like on board. You guys know how that feels now, right? Like before it's just us, and now it's like all these people are talking about MOTU right now. But that's kind of exciting too. You want it to grow.
It is exciting. It's like, you know what I felt was really exciting was I saw a few interviews of like the late night shows where like Seth Meyers was on and like Jimmy Fallon and some of the other ones were interviewing some of the actors. And it's funny because they're like, I loved MOTU as a kid. I used to collect the toys, like Jimmy Fallon and Seth Meyers. Like they watched the cartoon when they were kids. So they were like genuinely like excited to have these actors on their show to be interviewing them and talking about the film.
Guys, you know, I have a kid, and I got to tell you, some of my favorite memories already are reading the original MOTU mini comics to my kid, and I handed him in like a Flying Fist He-Man 80s action figure, and you know, and just seeing him, you know, look at it in fascination. He's only 7 months old, but he's still like, I could see the spark in his eye, and I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna get him into MOTU. This will be really fun.
Awesome. The Fisto jokes, they were great.
yeah, Fisto jokes. Yeah. What I want to tell you guys, I wanted your opinion on something, but all of a sudden I'm like, it's escaping me. Oh, okay. So this is a really nerdy thing to talk about, but you guys are nerds
Yeah.
too, right? Like me. Okay. So how important is having the accessories to you when you buy an action figure, like a vintage one, right? So like I've been buying New Adventures He-Man, and you know how it goes. Like no accessories, $10, right? One little
Accessories,
gun
100.
accessory, $100. I'm like, what?
Okay, so
What?
I have an example of that because I picked up Lizor, which was an Italian exclusive or Italian release from the New Adventures line. And I could have found them here in the US, no accessories, probably like $15, but like complete with all his stuff was close to like 80 or 100. And I had to get him from Italy just to get his, like, because he has a helmet and like a little chest thing and whatever, accessories he comes with. But you're absolutely right. The accessories are everything. But some of the figures don't look
Well, yes
like
and no.
complete in their aesthetic without them.
I think I can live without some of the accessories.
Yeah,
I mean,
some of them.
it's cool
Yes.
to have them all. It's cool to have them all, but I'm like, $100 for like a little laser gun. I'm like, come on, guys.
Well, no, that's crazy. That's crazy talk.
You know what I'm talking
So-
about? But because remember, like the way I view my okay, so everything's attitude, right? Like with the
Yes.
MOTU movie, I think people should know you're walking into an 80s cartoon gone live action on steroids, right? So for me, the way I look at my toys now is before I was so obsessed with like every little thing. And trust me, I like in package. I like having all the little items and stuff. But now I'm kind of like, I just like playing with them. Like this isn't an investment for me. This is not an investment for me, an investment vehicle. Like I actually like displaying this stuff. I like playing with it and stuff. So I don't need to have everything, and I think sometimes the discount's worth it.
Is there like a level of investment in like that toy line? Like if I'm cherry picking, I'm just buying a few here and there. I'm okay not having accessories, right? If it's just like, oh, let me just pick up a couple figures, I'm fine with it. But if I get into the toy line and I'm not a completist by any means, but if I want to have like a nice display and representation, then I'll try and get the accessories. I mean, talk about expensive accessories like food fighters. You pay $40 or $50 for just the gun.
A lot of people like no accessories, no go. I don't need every accessory. I mean, trust me, I like a complete figure. And there are figures I've rebought. I'm guilty. There are figures I rebought where I'm like, I don't need the accessories. And then I see it later. I'm like, I'm going to buy it with everything, right?
You're talking about figures I rebought. So I don't want to show this on the screen. So photo shoot that I did, one of the figures you're going to notice his arms were slightly discolored and faded from his chest. And I took the photos and I finished, but it bugged the heck out of me so much because I never stared at it that much, right? It was on my shelf that I bought a new figure just without any accessories that was in nice shape, that it was all even tone. Just had to replace it as you're talking about that. So like, I mean, it matters sometimes. I've done it.
But sometimes it does matter. Sometimes I'm like, like my game at conventions has been hunting New Adventures figures. I have most of the vintage line. I don't have all the vintage line. But guys, sometimes have you ever passed on something because it didn't have accessories and you went, I should have bought that and bought the accessories separately? The Turbodactyl. No. The Tyrannosaurus. No, it was the Bionatops, right? The Powers of Grace.
Yeah.
Selling one for like $25-$30 without the accessories. No brainer. But I was like, does it have the accessories? I'll think. You ever do this at a convention? I'll think about it. And you do the
then you got to think, who the hell's going to sell the Turbodactyl Bionatops accessories?
Yeah, and then boom, it's gone because you had to think about it, right? I did that with the New Adventures Power Sword, like mint condition. That was like nothing, and then I was like, I'll think about it, and I come back. That's how I look when
it's gone, right? I did that. I did that with the T-Rex and actually bought him. He had no accessories. Do you know how I tracked down the accessories for him? Because no one's going to sell you the accessories for T-Rex. All of them are missing their accessories. I was watching an episode of Eternia Dreams. He has a YouTube channel. So Alan, the nice guy that he is, was showing off stuff in his shop, and he had a bin of really rare accessories. Like, I'm never going to sell these. And then later on, I guess he decided, like, there's all these like figures. He's like, I'm not going to get this stuff in my shop, so I'm going to start selling some of these things. So I reached out to Alan. I met him at the show. He's a really nice guy. But I reached out to Alan directly, and I asked him, like, would you sell me the little laser gun and the little round thing that comes out of the belly for the Tyrannosaurus Rex, and he did. And so now mine is complete, all thanks to Alan from Eternia Dreams. So that was really nice of him. That was the only way I was able to complete it.
Do
And
you think he has?
sketched it out from his YouTube video.
I need Sarad's like the top of his head, and I need his gun. If anyone has that, I'm always like, I don't need the accessories. Anyway, if anyone has these accessories, sell them to me.
So speaking of MOTUNIVERSE, so did you pick up any like grails there? Because the shopping was incredible. There was some vendors that had amazing stuff in there, dudes.
It was pretty pricey. It was pretty pricey.
Yes.
I got two things. I got a couple of things there. Actually, I need to post about that. I got Kenzo. Oh my gosh. Yeah, Kenzo, I'm gonna call you to get some prints, man. I need some prints of some weapons, and I love you. I love you, Kenzo. Anyway,
that's awesome.
So the things that I need, the things I got was I got Optic from New Adventures, which was complete.
Yes.
And the other thing I got was Tuscador. I think that's how you pronounce it. I got him. He's not complete. He's missing his white gun. But for $20, I was like, I can't pass that up, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Actually, you want to hear? I want to hear your grails, and then I want to tell you about something I plugged Toy Habits on. Actually, that you'll dig. So, tell me about the grails you got.
So I did the first thing I picked up when I walked in from Alan, Eternity Dreams, was this Crystal Castle playset in the box. So the box was beat up. The castle was complete. It's got a couple stuffs on it, but I used to have all my Princess of Power figures on another shelf, just kind of crammed together. And finally, was able to. I had to kick out my MOTU Origins Castle Grayskull to make this fit, and then a couple shelves of other stuff. So I picked up.
You have an incredible She-Ra collection. I have barely any She-Ra stuff.
Yeah, so I had most of these. I picked up Arrow and the Crystal Castle. I had, like I said, all the accessories at the show, and then I just got this Sea Harp to add to my display, and I picked up an extra Claudine because the Claudine I have right here was from the box. It was brand new in open box with even the little plastic on his legs and all his accessories. But when I took him out, this box has always been sitting here empty in the background because I love the artwork. So I bought a nice Claudine to shove in there. So this is now like I have a proper display for my Princess of Power. This was my grail right here.
That is really cool. Yeah, I saw you buy that and I was like, that is a nice get. I like this thing that Brandon Channels 5040 said, which is my rationale is what is easier to come by, the complete figure or the price? I'll make the money back faster than I'll find a better price. That is true. And remember, sometimes you find something rare and you're like, oh, get it on eBay. Sometimes you have to really spend hours hunting it again on eBay. Then you have to pay the shipping and the taxes. And sometimes to buy it now in person where you can negotiate is the best deal. Here's another trick I learned, guys. I also collect video games. And what I realized is whatever show you go to, if the show is not for that thing, you can get it at way better prices. So generally retro games are so expensive, but they're way cheaper at toy shows because everyone's there for toys. So just
absolutely. You're totally right. And then I did pick up this Warlord on the card, really nice. And it's signed by Mike Grell, who is the illustrator and writer for the comic book.
That is so cool.
You can see right there.
So, I love that. That is so rad.
So I love these Remco figures, as you know.
Yeah, just the packaging art and there's just something about that era of figure making that's so cool. Wow, you got a lot of stuff. A lot of nice things. What's that Thundercats poster? Is that like an original or something? Oh, we lost her again.
Which has a little He-Man head on it, vintage backpack. But yeah, this was all the stuff I picked up. The vintage Thundercats poster, and so this was I got some Barnyard Commandos, some muscles. There's Arrow, and there's Warlord. Carded Joker, which was really nice. Carded Prune Face. I picked up quite a bit of stuff, and I dropped.
Oh wow! I didn't know you collected vintage Star Wars. Also, that's cool.
Oh yeah.
You
Oh my God.
dropped some money at this thing, girl.
I dropped a lot of cash. Here's you can see my new
Oh,
Eternia,
you're the one I was
the new
competing with
adventures.
for new adventure stuff. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah.
Yeah, and then I
Oh
got some of
wow,
these
those
guys.
are so cool too.
Josh, you got to come over someday because I have an epic vintage Star
Yeah.
Wars collection.
So what I picked up, I got a really good deal for $20. Someone sold me a stack of mini comics, like a big stack of mini comics, but there weren't a lot of the ones I wrote. There were before Wave 11
Nice.
when I started, right? But
Yeah,
in
yeah.
there were the Dark Horse mini comics that Tim Seeley wrote, which are kind of hard to get now. And it was the entire set. And I was like, yeah, when I got those. I was like, for $20, one of those is worth like $20.
Nice.
Stoked to get those. So anyway,
That's awesome.
That was cool.
That's awesome. And it was great to see a whole bunch of people at the show.
I didn't get a MOTUNIVERSE shirt. I should have gotten a MOTUNIVERSE shirt. I'll have to bug Mike for one.
From
That is
MOTU Joe.
That is
Did
cool.
these, which are really awesome.
It was a good first year show. I hope they keep. I know they're going to do another year. I hope they just keep it going and going and going. What I want to tell you guys that was important. Oh, so I actually plugged Toy Habits recently in an article called it was called Plastic Art and Eldritch Lore, the dark fantasy toy. It was called the Dark Fantasy Action Figure Renaissance, and it's about this new space that's really developed out where you see these kind of like indie mid-tier toy companies that are big in their own right that are developing dark fantasy toys. So like Savage Crucible and companies like, of course, Mythic Legions and the Four Horsemen, the Frazetta Girls, the Edgar Rice Bros estate. But I had mentioned how like this really incredible ecosystem of toy collectors. I mean, it's just really insane when you think about it, right? Like you go on YouTube and it's like I wish I was a kid now so I could watch all these toy shows that are on where they just talk about toy collecting. I mean, it's a bonanza out there. And amongst them, of course, is you guys as one of the biggest. So I actually mentioned Toy Habits as one of Mega J Retro as like streamer and toy channel.
You're so sweet.
So that'll, it should be in the article. And I got to say, like, it's really, it's just really amazing how big this ecosystem has become, and kid adults are, certainly a big part of it in the growing segment. So anyway,
and it's funny. We're like a tight knit community. A lot of people just, like you see people at the toy shows, really nice, everyone having a great time.
Studenoid Junior says, I'm taking my toys and liquor over to Mr. Home Arcade's house to play. Actually, Mr. Home Arcade supposedly is coming to this convention I'm at. That'll be interesting. Oh, that is so cool. I have so many pictures I still need to post from this thing. I have more pictures I need to post from this thing. And
there's the Baroness, Mega J, Michael. There's Danny Green. There's Hatter. We got Clint, and we got Giraffe, and we got Ace.
Oh yeah, Ace, of course. What a character. But really quick, Collector Phil at RoboSwell. Eric Ellman. MOTUNIVERSE was so much fun listening to all the great contributors to the MOTU lore speak about their experiences being a part of it all. Josh, it was great listening to you and Larry. Oh, that was so fun. Yeah, Larry and I did a panel. I hope it got recorded. I don't know if it did, but we did a really fun
nice. I saw some clips of it.
Yeah, we did a really fun panel. Very cool.
It was a lot of fun. Highly recommend it. Just a great show, and so proud, I got to say, of Jay and Mike, and all the people who helped contribute to put this whole thing together. I know AJ and there's Derek and a lot of the guys that volunteered, all the staff to bring the convention together.
They did a lot of hard work. They did a lot of hard work on it because the community was like that,
Yeah.
What was I going to tell you guys? Was there anything else you wanted to shoot the breeze about, Toy Sorceress? Are there any questions you guys had?
Let's check in on the chat real quick and see if there's any questions that pop out at you. Eric Elliman, MOTUNIVERSE was so much fun. Listening to all the good contributors to MOTU lore and their experiences about it. Josh, it was great listening to you and Larry. That's awesome. my ideal Castle Grayskull, you make it large on one slide out the other two sides that fold open. Yeah, I mean you can make a whole ginormous playset. That would be freaking cool. Watch the rest on replay. Was sick. I'm sorry to hear that. Delta 17 Joe. That's oh, we got Neil Hunterhide in the house. I was sad that there was really nice. It's sad he recently passed. So
yeah, honestly, there's really to be
person.
honest, it shouldn't just have been Roger Sweet. And I love Roger Sweet. I don't know him personally. He obviously was instrumental in the creation of MOTU, but remember, success has many fathers, and He-Man's a successful guy, right? So we lost two other major creatives, which were Mark Taylor, who was instrumental to the creation of MOTU.
Yes.
And we lost Michael Halprin, who was the original Bible lore writer for MOTU, who created a lot of the genesis of all these stories. So we lost, really, the three of them should have gotten that credit. You know, Roger Sweet was instrumental, but it wasn't just Roger Sweet. It was a team effort.
Absolutely. The whole thing wouldn't have come together if it wasn't the synergy of those amazing, incredible people. Baroness loved MOTUNIVERSE. Can't wait till next year. I think a lot of people are really excited. It was a great event, just like so much fun. I think I had the most fun was just seeing people, getting to hang out with all you guys, meeting viewers of the show, meeting our crew in person for the first time. A lot of you guys flew out. Thank you very much. It was so awesome to meet all of you guys in person. You know, we had Frankie and Giraffe and Clint and Joe. You guys like awesome crew members. A lot of you said hi. It was just super, super cool. I got to meet Skelevator there. I got to meet like so many people, and me and you, Josh, we met for the first time.
Yeah, that was the first. I feel it's so funny because I see some of you guys like Kenzo. I've spoken to Kenzo so many times. I've spoken to Kenzo on the phone. So for Kenzo to be like, this is the first time we met in person, I feel like I've hung out with Kenzo a million times. And same thing with you. I feel like, we've hung out, but we haven't before. So that was just it was really great. So seeing all of you guys together was a real treat. It was like honestly, MOTUNIVERSE was kind of like going to He-Man camp, quite frankly.
Yes, it was. It was so much fun. And then I know I like dug out some mini comics for you. I'm like, oh, thank God I saw your message like late the night before. I'm like, I gotta go find some mini comics for Josh.
No worry. Neil Hunterhide. I wish I could have gone to MOTUNIVERSE. Had it been in Atlanta, I probably could have swung it. Well, actually, there is a great conventions run in Atlanta, like Toylanta, which you gotta hit, which is run by Brett Barton. I love Brett Barton. Definitely hit up his convention. He also does Joe Lanta. So you got a good convention there, and sometimes I go. So there are MOTU people who go out there.
I met Pathfinder Bill. Very cool to meet him as well. There was a lot of our incredible viewers that I got to meet, and it was just so wonderful. And then the guys from Mattel that I got to see there.
Yeah, you see. It was so funny. They weren't like there as guests. They were just there as fans. And then I was like, hey, aren't you
I was like, hey guys, like come over here. I'll help you.
Big designer.
What are you doing in the lobby?
I'm like, oh, cool. So Rob was there. Rob, his last name escapes me for some reason, but one of the big wigs at Mattel was over there just hanging out. Rob David. Yeah, that was so cool. Okay. So it was just so cool to see, for us all to be together. Oh, someone asked a question about when writing. Okay, this is from Robo Artwell. When writing the mini comics, do Mattel accept requests for certain characters you want to appear in the story? So that's a great question. So generally the way it works is like Mattel will give me a wave of characters and they'll be like, hey, we want a story that needs to feature this wave. Or if it's like one of those, and this is open knowledge, right? I'm not saying anything proprietary. But if they do, so and those characters have to appear in there, and I can add other ones if I want and stuff. And they're really cool about it. If there's like a specific character drop, like on the site, like Rio Blast, then he'll have his own adventure, and Rio Blast will be in it. But I can add other characters as well. So they never really tell me outside of unless they're in a wave, they must be there. Now, back when we had minis really coming out with the waves in the stores, that was challenging because sometimes they would change the waves. So I would write a whole story and I need to change the story to adapt it to the wave change. So that was like,
Oh,
to me, that's kind of the mark of a professional, though, is being able to adapt that quickly and in such a way that the story is still great and carries momentum and doesn't lose anything. So,
yeah.
but honestly, Mattel is really cool. There are people who there has been more of an editorial eye on it lately, which I really appreciate it. There's a woman named Melissa who's a really great copywriter and a writer in her own right, and also she is an excellent editor. Like, I think she could be a professional comic book editor, and she is. And she's been giving me
Mm,
editorial notes. That's more of a recent development on minis, and she's been great. Everyone I
okay.
work with, honestly, Mattel, because they're like us. They're, Motu's been long enough that a lot of fans have gone professional over this stuff over the years, right? So they really are like us. Like the men and women in the 80s didn't grow up Motu, so they didn't grow up as fans, so they didn't know it would become this thing later on, you know?
I know, right? I like this one. It was like Camp Eternia.
Mm-hmm. Camp
Celebrate.
Eternia. That, if Kenzo's still on this
Yes,
thing,
we need
okay,
shirts.
Kenzo is.
Camp Eternia
Kenzo,
here.
Camp
And
Eternia shirt. We need Camp Eternia. That's what it's gonna be.
we do. We're gonna
Camp
all get like Camp
Eternia,
Eternia
Camp
shirts
Eternia.
next
You heard
year.
it here
I'll
first,
make
folks.
them. I'll make some
Yeah,
designs. I'll make some
yeah.
designs for us.
And also said
Barrett has
Mike
said it
Young
felt like
is
a big
such
reunion.
a humble guy, really fun to talk to. Yeah, Mike Young, who produced the
Oh yeah,
original. I need to email him actually because he's like, I'm developing a show, and I'm like, I should email him about that, but I haven't. So I got to
you
get on that.
should.
Well, I'm busy. I'm on Toy Habits. I'm doing conventions. Mike
You're
Young.
running around like
I'm
crazy, my
trying to run
friend.
around, guys. I'm trying to
You
make it happen.
know. Well, I'm sure
Unfortunately,
you're tired too because you got another big
yeah,
day
I do. I do
tomorrow.
unfortunately have to run soon, so we could do a few more questions. But I
Yes,
did want to plug something, if that's cool. Actually, you're hearing it.
absolutely. Go ahead.
You're hearing it for the first time. So for those of you who don't already, please follow me on Instagram at Joshua Skywriter. I do eventually plan on coming out with a uh, not a WordPress. What's it called again? It's the writing platform. I can't believe the name's escaping me. But I do plan on posting more writings online about my experience that I'm allowed to talk about working on MOTU. So that'll be really fun for the fans. A
Wow.
Substack. That's the word I was looking for. A
Okay.
Substack. And the other thing, so if you don't already follow me at Joshua Skywriter. And really, the thing I wanted to plug is there's a publisher called Forbidden Futures, and they are for the first time publishing a collection of my science fiction and fantasy stories. A
Wow.
lot of which they had to really hunt around for the rights for. They had to get some rights from a company called Assemble Media and different places that have been published. So for anyone who loves science fiction and fantasy, if you love the mini comics I've written, these are really my own original writings, never before collected. And in there, I wrote something special for the He-Man fans, and it's the introduction, and it's called From Maui to Eternia. And it's about my
Wow.
path as a writer, like growing up in Hawaii and how I ended up writing on He-Man. And a lot of it was through what I learned in these short stories, which acted as a sort of creative danger room for me. So,
Yeah.
so definitely check it out. We're going to be doing a pre-order soon, but I haven't officially announced it yet. We're going to be doing a cover reveal, and the art is really great. And for anyone who loves like classic pulpy science fiction, we even got an illustrator to do interior art, who's a real pro. So it really came out beautifully. And
That's awesome.
right now I'm working on getting a quote from my screenwriting hero and mentor, Ed Newmeyer, who wrote RoboCop and Starship Troopers. So there's a lot of
Wow.
goodies there. So definitely please check it out when it comes out. Feel free to reach out and ask me any questions. Brandon, we do have a question here. Brandon,
Yes.
channels 5040. Do you think Dark Horse would do an Origins mini comic like they did for the Vintage? They already did the art of Origins and Masterverse. I get this question a lot. And I have to tell you, I hope that they do. If they do, though, I'm going to be blunt. I do want to do a remaster of some of these stories where we catch some editorial errors and correct them, stuff that I even had mentioned in some emails, and things get lost to cracks. But I would love for them to do a Dark Horse collection. That would be really cool.
Yeah.
Pathfinder Bill says, Josh, do you ever make it to cons in the Pacific Northwest? I'm not yet. And I've been to Hawaii. I've been to New Zealand. I've been to the East Coast. I've been to the West Coast. I've not been to the Pacific Northwest, though. So I would love to do conventions up there. Pathfinder Bill, if you think of any good ones that I should reach out to, or if you know anyone, let me know. But I definitely eventually want to hit up the Pacific Northwest.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Yes, an Origins mini comic collection would have to come after Origins is finished. Maybe, I don't know. I think they could do a volume now. I mean, I alone have written 50 of them. That's a lot of
That's a
stories. And
lot.
then
Yeah.
there was like 20 of them before me. So that's like, there's like 65, 70 issues of this stuff. Hey, Josh, how often do you have to pause when you answer so you don't reveal anything you aren't supposed to? Constantly, Rob. Constantly.
That was a really good question. So Josh, if you're looking for a very cool toy show in the LA area coming up, the next one's going to be in August. So it's going to be Geeking Out, awesome vintage toy show. It's in La Mirada by the
cool.
Toy Depot. It's an incredible toy show every single year. Amazing vendors come out and they've been like topping themselves. It's twice a year. Highly recommend it. If you're looking for
keep me posted when you're gonna go. I mean, we'll go together. I'm definitely interested. And if you guys know of any good shows, like Josh, you got to hit up this show, or Josh, try to be a guest at this show, or this is a cool show. Let me know. I'm a fan like you guys. I like good shows. I like collecting stuff. I like buying stuff. So,
I got Ted Biaselli to show up. He's like, I didn't know about this until you told me about it. And so he was there last time around. And he's like, oh, this is incredible.
Neil Hunter Hyde, Josh, what MOTU characters have you most enjoyed and developed writing for? That's a good question. There's a lot of them, but some of my favorites have been Frogmonger, and coming up with Frogmonger's lore and his backstory was so fun. Frogmonger, I love that Frogmonger actually knows the labyrinths of Grayskull better than the sorceress. And I thought that was really cool, much to her annoyance. So like little wrinkles of lore like that I really like developing. Cadaver, right, who was in the mini comic The Bones Beneath. That was a really dark but fun story to come up with. But honestly, like Rio Blast, they're all really fun to write. I really try to, guys, honestly, I write every single one like it's the first time Batman ever appeared in the comics was in 1939, and he appeared in a 6-page short story. Guess what? The minis are 6 pages. So I treat everyone like it's my first opportunity to write the first Batman. I really wanted to be as great as possible. And quite frankly, guys, just to be honest, breaking into comics was a lot of work for me. It didn't come easy. It's a really tough business to break into. So having this opportunity, I don't take it lightly. I take it very seriously, and I want to deliver stuff that you guys care about because I care about it. So I think it's all fun. That's really what I'm saying.
Yeah. No, it's incredible. We thank you for what you've brought to the community and, putting together, writing these incredible mini comics. We had a lot of fun kind of picking them apart and being like, oh, is there some teases in here for figures? Like, we thought it was like a lot more nefarious in terms of the characters that were purposely put in there besides the ones that were in the wave. Like, are they hinting at this or that? So we'd start to kind of decipher some things in there. But it's just, a lot of fun to go through those and see what we can read into and what new characters are coming along to the line. But that's a part of, the part that we really enjoy.
Yeah. Oh, that's so sweet of you, Neil. I'm glad we have such a MOTU nerd writing these mini comics, not just some random but talented author who booked a gag. Thank you. I really appreciate that. Guys, I love this stuff. Rob, I definitely try to pause before everything and think before I speak. Otherwise, I may say something not smart. But I just want to say thank you so much. Please feel free to add me on Instagram. If you guys have more questions, drop me a line. And, let's all keep the adventure going. Please go support the Master Universe movie. Go watch it. Bring your friends. Tell your families. Tell everyone you know. And, eat popcorn and watch it. It's such a fun movie. And I'm so beyond excited. And if you are in the Pennsylvania area, come to Lehigh Comic-Con this weekend. I mean, it's not just me. There's some really, I didn't go not just because they invited me. I went because of the other talent here who I'm a fan of. So I'm just really stoked to be here.
No, it's awesome. And I want to thank you for being a guest on our show, filling in. Michael's at his daughter's graduation tonight.
They're big shoes to fill. I hope I did okay. I love Michael.
You've done amazing. And, I felt real bad. Like last week, we missed last week because Michael was sick after the convention. I'm like, I can't have our crew.
I'm sorry I came in later. I'm sorry.
No. You're so busy. I really appreciate you taking the time. And I know it's super late for you because you're on the East Coast right now. So you're on East Coast time. You're 3 hours ahead. So you're, probably super tired, but
No,
I
right.
so appreciate you being on our show, having you here, and just having this amazing conversation. And it's great to have gotten to meet you in person. I consider you a friend. I think you're really cool.
Likewise.
Thank you.
We're all in this together, guys. Okay, so for Eternia, support the movie. Reach out if you guys need anything, and keep having adventures with your toys and with the community. Okay.
Absolutely. Well, thanks a lot, and follow Josh on Joshua Skywriter on Instagram, and thanks again, my friend, for being on. You're
Of course.
awesome.
And there'll be more announcements about the book. I'm serious. You guys will totally dig the book that's coming out. It does talk about He-Man in there, and there's stuff that I don't talk about anywhere else that it's going to be in there. So definitely check it out.
Exciting.
All right, guys.
All right,
Aloha. I got to hit the hay. I am about to pass out.
I know. Me too. All right. Good night, my friend. Good night, everybody. We'll see you next week. Bye.
Cool.